The papyrus, put it on my table every month. I don't wanna be sad. Don't even try to hide it. No, I don't wanna lose it. And you say how it is, it's so inviting. The papyrus, we're all so alive. The papyrus.
Hello, welcome to the Papyrus TV Africa. This is the news update, and today is the 4th of November, 2024. First, the headlines. Tinubu to swear in new ministers following Senate confirmation. British Nigerian politician Kemi Badenoch elected Conservative Party leader. What can she do, really? Nigerians' inflation crisis forces hotels to shut down. Federal government reports 40.14 billion naira in road taxes collection in 2023. Peter Obi denounces miraculous alert claims. Seraph demands release of end-back governance protesters, including 32 children. Now on the news in details. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will be swearing in a new lineup of ministers following their confirmation by the Senate last week. The appointees include notable figures such as Dr. Nentawe Yelwatda, who is serving as Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction, Muhammadu Megari Dingadi as Minister of Labour and Employment, and Bianca Odinaka Ojukwu as Minister of State for Foreign Affairs. Additionally, nominees are Dr. Jumoke Oduwole as Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, ED, Murtak Meha as Minister of Livestock Development, Yusuf Abdullahi Atta as Minister of State for Housing and Urban Development, and Dr. Suwaiba Said Ahmad as Minister of State for Education. The Senate confirmed all 7 ministerial nominees last Wednesday following a thorough screening process during a plenary session. During the confirmation, some nominees with prior governmental experience introduced themselves and were excused without further questioning. Among the confirmed minister, Bianca Ojukwu, widow of the late former governor of Eastern Nigeria, expresses significant concern regarding the state of Nigerians' embassies abroad. She highlighted issues stemming from inadequate funding, which leave this diplomatic mission in deplorable conditions that do not reflect Nigerian status among nations. Bianca underscores the urgency for innovation to ensure lawmakers can effectively engage with foreign partners. Bianca also emphasized the need for renewed commitment to public service, stating, "If we are dedicated to serving this nation with an aim of fostering peace, we will prevail." The inclusion of a minister from an opposition party draws praises from several senators. Senator Enyenaya Abaribe Abga Abia notes that this nomination reflects the administrative commitment to national unity. He remarks the president deserves commendation for selecting someone from across party lines, especially a member of the ABGA and the spouse of the late political leader, Chief Odumegu Ojukwu. This signals the beginning of unity government and a step towards national integration. Senator Victor Ume, Labour Party Anambra, refers to Bianca appointment as a healing process for the nation. Meanwhile, Nigerians have shown a rage of reaction following the election of British Nigerian politician Kemi Badenoch as the new leader of the Conservative Party, defeating Robert Jenrick in the final voting round. Badenoch, the member of the parliament for Northwest Essex, made history as the first black woman to lead a major political party in the United Kingdom, securing 52,806 votes compared to Jenrick's 41,388, according to results announced by the party on Saturday morning. While some Nigerians celebrated her achievements, others felt her victory did not resonate positively for the black community or Nigerians in the diaspora. Meanwhile, entrepreneur Mo Abudu praises Badenoch's accomplishment, stating, "Kemi's journey is a reminder to every woman and young girl that no dream is out of reach. Here is to more stories of resilience, leadership, and making history." Former presidential aide Reno Omakri emphasized her Nigerian heritage, noting that she is the first person of African descent to hold this position. Conversely, many social media users were less enthusiastic. One user remarked, "I don't feel too excited to congratulate Kemi Badenoch because of her recent comments about Nigeria. She could have campaigned without degrading her roots." Criticism also came from the Nigerian community in the UK, with some expressing disappointment at her remarks. One comment read, "Congratulations, the dumbest black woman in the Conservative Party." Do you even know Kemi Badenoch, who was born in the UK to Nigerian parents, has faced backlash for past comments about Nigeria, including statements about fleeing the country due to its condition, which some saw as derogatory. In a recent interview, she stated, "This is my country. I don't want it to become like the place I ran away from." Adeyemi, a Nigerian residing in Brantford, defended her remarks, arguing they reflect harsh realities. He said she was lucky to have been born in the UK, but how many Nigerians have that opportunity? We shouldn't blame Kemi for speaking the truth. On a more lighter note, Nigerian soaring inflation is severely impacting the hospitality industry, leading many hotels to shut down operations. Industry representatives have reported hotel operations are urging government intervention to tackle the rising costs associated with running their businesses. Recent data from the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics revealed that inflation in the restaurant and hotel sector accumulated for 0.40% of Nigerian overall inflation rate, which surged to 32.7% in September. The hospitality sector is particularly affected by skyrocketing fuel prices and inconsistent electricity supply. Dr. Patrick Ajanwo, president of the Nigerian Hotels Association, described the situation as unbearable. He noted that while challenges for hoteliers date back to 2020, the situation has worsened under the current administration. "We used to manage fuel at 800 per litre, but now it's shot up to 1,200. Many members are complaining about energy costs. Some have begun to close their establishment. If someone spends over 20,000 naira on a diesel and only attracts a handful of customers, what choice do they have but to shut down?" The escalating energy expenses and insufficient patronage are pushing more hotel owners to make difficult decisions, underscoring the urgent need for policy intervention to support sector's sustainability. Similarly, according to the federal government through the National Bureau of Statistics, Nigeria contributed 40.14 billion in road taxes to state governments in 2023. This data comes from the recently published internally generated revenue reported by the NBS. The amount collected makes a significant 63.36% increase from the 24.57 billion collected in 2022. Highlighting this substantial contribution on road taxes to state revenue, Lagos State, Nigeria Economic Center, led with an impressive 16.74 billion in road taxes revenue for 2023. Notably, despite not reporting any road tax revenue in 2022, Lagos accounted for 41.7% of the total nationwide in 2023. Ebonyi State saw a remarkable surge of 3,804.32%, increasing from 72.95 million in 2022 to 2.85 billion in 2023. Rivers State revenue grew by 270.66%, reaching 830.01 million from 223.93 million to previous year. Sokoto State collection increased by 41.22% to 194.66 million, while Yobe State experienced a 30.4% rise to 81.88 million. Though its overall figure remained relatively low, some states experienced significant decline. Enugu State saw a drastic 95.12% decrease, falling from 1.1 billion in 2022 to just 53.47 million in 2023. Katsina State reported a sharp 79.34% decline, collecting only 29.3 million compared to 141.81 million the previous year. Niger State revenue dropped by 53.41% to 190.49 million from 408.83 million in 2022, while Cross River experienced a 62.54% decrease, with collections dropping from 3.26 billion in 2022 to 1.22 billion in 2023. Notably, the Federal Capital Territory reported no road tax revenue in 2023, a significant details given its administrative role. The report also noted an overall increase in internally generated revenue (IGR) across Nigerian states, with total IGR rising to 2.43 trillion in 2023, a 26% increase from 1.93 trillion in 2023. Earlier in September, Taiwo Oyedele, chairman of the Presidential Committee on Fiscal Policy, mentioned that the committee proposed to the federal government the elimination of tax on essential goods such as food, housing, public transportation, with focus on essential life necessity, food, housing, transportation, education, and health. We identified these items for tax removal, including abolishing VAT. We believe the fiscal policy approach can help make basic necessity more affordable for the Nigerian people, Oyedewale stated. Moving on, Peter Obi, the Labour Party 2023 presidential candidate, has taken a strong stance against individuals claiming to receive miraculous credit alerts after prayer, suggesting that such claims should be met with scrutiny and even legal action. Speaking on the Honest Bunch broadcast, Obi described this assertion as deceptive, likening them to theft rather than divine intervention. Testimonies of miraculous financial alerts are a frequent occurrences in Nigerian churches. However, Obi emphasized that true blessings from God come through diligent hard work and productivity, not passive idleness. God can bless someone's work and productivity, but not laziness. Anyone claiming they receive an alert after prayer should be arrested because it's likely someone else's money, Obi stated. In the same interview, Obi discussed corruption and gender, expressing his belief that women are generally less corrupt than men. He attributed this to their family-oriented nature, which according to him foster a stronger commitment to ethical behavior. Reflecting on his time as governor of Anambra State, Obi highlighted that his chief of staff and key commissioners were women, chosen for their dedication and values. With their family-oriented mindset, they are often more committed to seeing things work well, he noted, affirming that female leaders contributed positively to the governance during his tenure. Conclusively, the Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project, SERAF, has issued a serious ultimatum to the federal government, calling for the immediate release of detained End Bad Governance protesters, which includes 32 minors reportedly suffering from malnutrition and poor living conditions. SERAF, a well-known human rights organization, has demanded that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu take action within 48 hours to ensure freedom of these children and other protesters arrested for exercising their right to peaceful assembly. In an open letter, SERAF urged the government to respect the rights of these individuals, emphasizing that detaining non-violence demonstrators constitutes a violation of their fundamental freedoms. The letter outlines SERAF's concern regarding the alleged treatment of the detained minors, many of whom are in their need of food and basic health care, with some reportedly collapsing in the court due to malnutrition. SERAF warned that failure to meet their demands within the stipulated time frame may lead them to pursue legal action against the government. The organization condemned what it is described as the weaponization of the justice system against citizens, asserting that the government is using detention to stifle the right to protest and suppress public dissent. Through this firm stance, SERAF aims to hold the government accountable to both national and international human rights standards, insisting that the welfare of children and their right to peaceful protest must be safeguarded under the rule of law. In its letter, SERAF highlighted the importance of children's rights to express their view on issues affecting them, urging the government to uphold the Nigerian children's rights to life, education, and dignity, the letter stated. The ongoing arbitrary detention of the protesters creates an atmosphere of fear, discouraging other citizens from freely exercising their human rights and leading to a broader chilling effect. If no action is taken within 48 hours of receipt, Serap will consider legal measures to compel compliance with our request in the public interest. This has been the Papyrus TV Africa.
The papyrus, put it on my table every month. I don't